Okay, thankfully that is over with. That was not the best thing that I have looked at.
Yes. Squeeze.
I put every amount of intensity that I had into that workout and it just felt so freaking good, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be someone who you aspire to be. I want to motivate you to be the best that you can be. I want to motivate you to be the best you possible, and I hope that through these videos you catch that, because you know, in the gym and lifting weights, lifting heavy freaking weights and putting them back down has truly saved my life, and I want to portray that to you in anything in life, whether it's art, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, work. I want you to be your best self, and I hope that you get this from my channel. It's not easy. I have been working my ass off and it feels like I just can't see progress, and if anything, I feel like I'm taking 2 steps back, even though I feel like I'm getting really emotional in this vlog, and it's not like, I promise I'm okay.
Vision blurred, we're going on.
Serious, Michaela, come on. This is the room, Michaela.
These past 2 weeks have been probably the weirdest 2 weeks of my entire life, and I'm getting low-key emotional because it's also been the worst 2 weeks of my life, not because of any situation that happened. It's more like depression and my anxiety and my eating disorder have just kicked me in the ass this past 2 weeks. Like, I feel like there are a lot of underlying issues that have happened in my past, not recently, that have come to the surface. I don't know, man, like, since my depression kicked in, like, I kind of noticed that I didn't really deal with my eating disorders when I thought I did. I kind of just went straight back into dieting. I know that it might be a long journey, but it's a necessary journey, and I'm just really, really ready to take this head on, and I don't know what the future holds for me body image wise and food wise. It kind of scares the hell out of me that I'm going to be going to a dietitian here pretty soon, and she's going to take complete control over my diet, and who knows, maybe I'll gain weight, maybe I'll lose weight, and that just doesn't sit well with me in my stomach. But I know it's necessary, because 2 years ago when I had bulimia, I was almost put in a hospital for it, and my body was literally shutting down at that point. Like, I was very, very, very skinny, and I'm just ready to get better. Like, I don't want to hurt anymore. And I just want to be happy. I don't want to keep going through these like weak stages where I don't want to go outside and I don't want to get out of bed every single day, and I just want to be around people. I want to eat normally. Cue the music, mix back to YouTube. Woohoo! Yeah, Nick! I am not recording on my camera. I'm actually just recording on my phone. I don't know where my camera is because it's like super bad energy right now. Don't even want to look at it. I actually tried to turn it on the other day and it just didn't turn on, and I thought that was a sign. My dad just scared me. Okay, sorry. Let me give you guys an update. For those of you who are new, my background on YouTube and Instagram is fat loss, powerlifting, being strong, go hard or go home, no days off. Now, let's do a complete 180, and I'm a 150% advocate for self-love and eating intuitively, not tracking macros. I am currently in recovery for a couple eating disorders. I am going through therapy for PTSD from an abusive relationship that I had been in for a few years. I'm currently in therapy for depression and anxiety. So, as you can tell, a huge switch for me, and like it wasn't like it just happened gradually. Like, this is something that it hit me, and I literally, like, I had a mental breakdown in Arizona where I had lived. I think I moved back to Ohio 3 months ago. I can't even keep track of time anymore. So yeah, I had a huge mental breakdown. And you can kind of see in my YouTube video timeline where I went to Thailand with Gabby Mail, and we went on this amazing fitness escape with New Horizons. But when I came back, like, I had been dieting for so long and just like hiding my eating disorders for so long and hiding my depression for so long, and not really, you know, facing my actual problems for so long that it all caught up to me. I was just so exhausted, mentally exhausted from everything. And when I got back from Thailand, I could not get out of bed for a month. And I am not shitting you right now. I ate everything I could. And I was as lazy as possible. I cried every single day. I didn't know what to do. I was so tired. I didn't step a foot outside, literally, unless it was like maybe to go to the grocery store if I had energy. But if anything, I was literally just ordering Postmates, getting out from bed, and going to my door, getting the Postmates, and eating in bed. And I'm not talking about just like little meals ordered from Postmates. I mean, like, let's get pancakes, let's get like this huge yogurt parfait, let's get like cereal, Captain Crunch, ice cream. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna order 2 things of ice cream. I still want more. I would eat like 2 to 3 bags of chips. Like, I just had no control, and I just didn't know what to do. So I called my mom. I actually texted her, and I told her, literally, the text said, I can't get out of bed. I don't know what to do. And thankfully, my mom is absolutely amazing and so supportive. She had no idea what was going on and how bad I was hurting, because for so long I had been hiding it. And she booked a plane ticket, I think, and arrived in Arizona a week later after I told her. And she visited, and from the looks of my life, from the looks of my face, and like I had gained, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 pounds in like a month, which is insane. But it happens. Oh, I need to get comfortable. Sorry. But it happens when your mental health is just so awful and you're just hurting and you don't know what to do, or maybe you're hurting so bad you can't even feel anything and you can't move. And she spent a few days there and looked at me and said, I think it's okay for you to come home. And I just remember thinking it really is time for me to come home. Home to a place that I had been like running away from for so long. And that's where my abusive ex-boyfriend lived. He lives like not too far from me now. And that's where a lot of my hurt started. So I moved to Arizona in hopes to run away from all of that. And I don't regret living in Arizona at all. It was needed for me to be alone, and I didn't have anyone close to me that lived there except for a friend, and she was busy all the time with work, so I was just kind of beside myself for a very long time, for 2 years. But within those 2 years, I did start my fitness Instagram. I've had the pleasure to meet some of you guys. I've had the pleasure to just create like an amazing community of you guys, and like I will never give up my struggles because of that, and I will never give up what I was hiding for so long and the struggle to get here, because I learned so much. And one of you guys actually just sent me a message a couple weeks back saying the people who struggle the most and the people who hurt the most and so deeply are the ones who are called to make a difference in the world, because they have lived through hell. They know how to navigate it. They know everything about it. They know the hurt and the pain and everything. So when other people are going through hell, they can help them navigate out of it. And that really hit home for me. It was almost like a light bulb finally turned on in my head, and I was like, I know that what I'm doing is worth it, and I know that the hurt is worth it, and I know that I'm hurting, and I know that I'm making a difference, and sharing my really painful story to you guys for a reason, to help you guys navigate through your pain and to navigate to a better place in your mind. And so for that, I'm so thankful for, just the past 3 years. So now I'm back here. I had a mental breakdown in Arizona. My mom basically told me, you need to come home. So I flew back. I left my stuff in Arizona. And I immediately got help from as many doctors as possible, as many doctors that specialized in what I was going through as possible. So I am now seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a dietitian, a gynecologist. I'm missing like 5 doctors. Anyways, I go to like 10 doctors a week, and it's tough. Right now I'm doing EMDR therapy for my PTSD from the abusive relationship, and I wrote a whole Twitter post about this, about my story, just like a little glimpse of my story. And so if you want to read that, I'll link it below or something so that you can read but EMDR therapy has been working. It's very hard. I cry whenever I see my therapist 2 times a week, and I cry every time, because when you have PTSD, your brain just shuts out all of the bad shit, and it takes the bad memories and just shoves them back where like you can't easily access them. And with EMDR, they use eye movements to desensitize these memories that you've hid so far back in your brain. And so I'm remembering all of these awful memories, and yes, it hurts, but it's given me clarity that I'm not doing these certain habits that I can't let go of for no reason. Like, I'm doing them because his touch and his being it's transformed me into who I am. So, for example, for the past 2 years, I thought that my eating disorder, my bulimia and binge eating was my idea, but I literally, no matter how hard I tried to think of why I thought of making myself throw up or making myself so full I was sick, I couldn't figure it out. But in therapy, like, I had this memory. I first remembered a color, and then I remembered, you know, a flash, a glimpse of this awful memory that happened. And it wasn't me who thought of making myself throw up. It wasn't me who thought to just eat everything in sight until I'm overly full. It wasn't me who thought to deprive myself of everything. It was him. And it was him who told me to go throw up in the bathroom, and it was him telling me to go throw up because it would make me feel better after making myself so full I couldn't breathe. And I could go on and on about that, but that's just an example. And so I'm going to so many doctor's appointments a week, and it's a full-time job. I've been getting so many questions about, like, how do you make time for your self-love? How do you make time out of your day to love yourself, maybe for an hour, whatever? How do you make time to exercise? How do you make time? How do you have the money to go to all these doctor's appointments? Thankfully, I have an amazing family, but it's also because recovery has no cost. Mental health has no cost. If you're just living in sadness and feeling like you have no reason to live, like, I just can't even explain to you how awful of a feeling that is. And I had been living like that for years, and now I have actually, like, dedicated my life to just heal, make time for myself, and spend days doing what my body feels best. Yes, that means gaining, 20 pounds. I haven't weighed myself. Yes, I've gained weight, and through my recovery, through my eating disorders, like, I've gained weight because I was just depriving myself day after day, not just like hunger wise, but mentally. I was not listening to my body. I was not listening to my mind. And that just fucks you up. Like, it's just a huge mental game. And I never want people to go through that anymore. Like, the pain that I put myself through is just a pain that no one deserves to feel. And so, my answer to those of you who ask, how do I make time? I literally stopped my whole entire life to make time for my healing. I moved across the whole country to make time for myself to heal. I live with my parents because I literally don't have the mental capacity to live alone right now. That would put me in a really bad place. I make time for my doctor's appointments. I make time to think about why I'm doing every decision that I make. Is it a healthy decision? Is it an unhealthy decision? Is it my eating disorder talking, or is it my like stomach talking? Am I eating intuitively? Am I being positive today? Am I loving myself today as much as I can? Because I didn't have that for all these years. And it's important to wake up early or stay up late if that's the only time that you have to make for yourself. Thankfully, I'm in a position where I have the ability to work from my computer wherever I go. But even if I didn't, I probably would either not work and stay with my parents or keep working if that was all that I had and my only source of income, and wake up early and stay up late so that I could focus on my self-love. And right now I just feel so at peace with my recovery. Trying not to get emotional here, so just give me a second. I feel like I'm just in a really good place. And that doesn't mean I'm like all the way healed. But I feel finally that I have control over my freedom. That's like a really weird sentence to say, I have control over my freedom, but I do. I have control to stop eating when I'm full, when my body is telling me that I've had enough. I feel the freedom to eat vegetables when my body wants greens, and I feel the freedom to make decisions based off of what I feel and not what my abusive ex taught me to. And these aren't tears of sadness, these are tears of happiness, because I've been through hell and I was the one who got myself out of it, no one else. And I've had so much support from you guys and my family and just everyone who has shown their unconditional love. It's just been very eye-opening, and I'm sorry. I think that's enough. I think my next YouTube video is going to be a Q&A, so if you guys have any questions on my recovery or any questions that you really want to ask me, I am more than willing to answer you and more than willing to support you on your journey. Because that's what I'm here to do. I really, truly believe that this is my purpose, and that I believe that I went through this pain so that I could be the voice for so many others who feel like they don't have voices. So if you have any questions, you can go and comment them below, and I just love you guys so much, and thank you for listening. I know this is a long video, and it's actually the first video that I have just talked and not edited out anything, so I'm not gonna jinx myself. I'm just gonna go now. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Love you guys.